See if this one starts. It may or may not work. Seems to be working. It's always a little sloppy to start. Almost no matter what program I've used, it's a little sloppy to start. Let's see, we're getting off to a good start here. We'll see what it looks like in a little bit. Hopefully this is a problem-free print. It would be nice. Done a lot of work in the last couple of days getting this thing calibrated properly, and I learned a little bit too. So, and remembered some stuff that I forgot. So anyway, we'll see how this turns out. Seems to be coming along good. Alright, time to check out a couple things that I've made with the printer. This is one of them. This is a 80mm fan cover for your computer fans. It's pretty solid, pretty sturdy stuff. It's pretty decent. It's flat. It's totally flat. There's no warpage. But I haven't cleaned this up. That's just the way it came out. There's a few strings there, but it's just the way it came out of the printer. And in a second we'll check that out and see if it fits the fan. And here's this handy dandy shot glass I made. It's a handy dandy shot glass. A little stronger than the last one I made. Actually, the last one was some sort of box, but this is a little stronger than the other one. I'm sure it holds water. I'm going to test it here, but it's fairly strong. If you squeeze it, it makes a little creaking noise, but I think it'll hold water. All right, we'll dug up a old 80mm fan, kind of dirty, but we'll see if this thing fits. Seems to fit really well. It's right on. Right on. Looks like it'll bolt right up. Looks like we're good. Hold line up. See right through. Sweet. Here's the real test. Does it hold water? Well, we'll find out here. Put some water in it. Seems to be holding water. It's dry. It's dry. Let's do that again. Anybody who's been following A-Cup, the printer here, the videos, You'll notice that I'm using a different extruder. It's a QEBD, I believe, direct drive extruder. I guess what you would call commercially available. I had some real issues with my old extruder, which I found out, the one that I fabricated myself with my design, which I found out was probably could have been solved. But I do like this extruder. It functions quite well. It's actually very inexpensive, and after some heavy modification to make it fit my printer, and some modification to the extruder itself to make it functional, it needs some modification to make it work. But anyway, it functions quite well now. I'm able to push 0.4 millimeter film or extrusion. Anyway, there were some issues with the motor clunking. It was clunking quite rapidly. I'd have to get about 1 layer to 2 layers, and it would just stop feeding. It would chew the filament in half. This went on for quite a long time. This happened with my old extruder also. Turned out that it was an issue with calibration. I went through all kinds of trouble, trying to read the forums and try to find out what's going on, and nobody had the answers. They kept, but it was actually a basic calibration issue. The extruder was too close to the bed, so it was right up against the bed, and the filament had nowhere to go. It would try to extrude, and it would just jam up, or it wouldn't actually jam, but it just chew the filament in half because there was nowhere for the filament to come out. It was everything was too tight together, pushed too close, no room for the extrusion. So now that everything's calibrated correctly, the distance from the bed to the printer nozzle is proper when it starts printing. So if it's proper when it starts printing, it's proper through the rest of the print. There was an issue with it being too close to the bed to start out, and then once you do that, it never changes, and they say there was nowhere for the filament to go. It would just stop feeding. So that was my whole issue. I've been fighting that issue for quite a while. There were some things I had to do to make that happen, just because this is my own design. The bed isn't quite the same as what your normal bed is. The printer's a little different than what you see as the kits out there, the rep wraps and other ones. It's my own design, so I learned the hard way. But I had to do some special modifications to make the leveling proper, and as you notice up underneath my bed, it's quite interesting. It's not quite your rep wrap style bed. You can see that. Anyway, the extruder, and I've seen some people say they don't like this extruder, but I like it real well. It functions quite well. I'm probably going to purchase another one. But anyway, we've had some real good luck with this new setup, and things are starting to move right along.